Welcome to Menopause Morph, your time to change. We're here to help you thrive through your menopause, bringing you experts in many fields to help you from perimenopause to menopause and beyond to become the strong, vibrant woman nature intended you to be. Hosted by Pauline McCarthy of the Pearls of Pauline, pearls of wisdom, compassion, and joy.
Hello, welcome to this week's Menopause Morph, your time to change. Today I'd like to talk about managing stress and managing our time, putting our priorities in place. First of all, I have to apologise that I'm 1 week late. Last week I had so much stress every time I tried to record the podcast. We had builders in the house and they would be drilling, and then I'd go down and say, can you please be quiet for 1 hour? I have to record. Oh yeah, we'll do something quiet. And then I'd come up 2 flights of stairs to my office, and then the radiators would be going clang, clang, clang. And I'd go down 2 flights of stairs and I'd say, I asked you to be quiet, why are you not quiet? And oh, we were just doing something with these pipes. I said, yes, but it's going all the way through the house, through the pipes. And then another time I tried and it recorded, but it didn't save, and it was just like one thing after another. Then I had my son's 20th birthday. In Iceland, it's a very big birthday. In Britain, it's the 21st, but in Iceland, it's the 20th. So there was all the preparation for that. And every day I kept saying, oh, right, I'll try it again tomorrow. And then it got to the stage where I was getting so freaked out. And then I thought, breathe deeply, Pauline. You're always telling people or advising people that they have to manage their stress, that your menopausal symptoms will get worse when you don't manage your stress. And here I was having hot flushes coming out my ears because I wasn't managing the stress properly. So then I thought, what should I do about this? And I was listening to a webinar by a man called Alex Mondosian, and he was talking about in business, there's 2 modes of action. There's doing whatever it takes and doing the best that you can. And doing whatever it takes to get something done, you can't be in that mode constantly. Otherwise, you're just going to end up very sick. He ended up with adrenal fatigue, which is something that I want to talk about in another episode, because the more I was listening to this, it was very, very interesting. Anywho, he was saying that for some really urgent things like deadlines, like last month I was working on grant applications and they had a deadline like 4 o'clock on the Monday. And I had to work really hard to get focus on that project so that it would get in on the timeline. But the rest of the time, we just have to do the best we can do. So I said to myself, okay, the best I can do in this circumstance is forgive myself for not getting the podcast on last week and try to have it for next week. So this weekend is the Easter weekend 2017. This morning I wanted to do the podcast, and my husband, he said, oh, and he came. He was being so nice. He brought me breakfast in bed with like a boiled egg, 2 slices of toast, and this little cute ceramic thing that he bought me for Christmas a couple of years ago that holds 1 egg and 2 slices of toast, and a cup of tea and a nice little tray. And I was just relaxing in bed thinking, okay, I'm going to get up and record this podcast. And then when I came down the stairs, he said, oh, my darling, would you like to come with me? We have to go on, because they're doing the building work and they're making a new kitchen and a new bathroom in the basement. And my mother-in-law is visiting this weekend, and she said, yeah, let's go for a trip. And it was a very sunny day, but what we call in Icelandic window weather. It looks wonderful through the window, it's lovely and sunny, but when you go out it's absolutely freezing. But one of the things that my husband really loves to do is drive around in the countryside and go shopping in these hardware stores. It's not really my thing. But when he's choosing things for work that he's doing for the house, he always wants my input. He wants to know if I like colour or whatever. So part of me was saying, no, I should stay home and do this podcast. And the other part of me was saying, your relationship with your husband is more important. And so it was delayed again. And I do hope that you'll forgive me. But I'm putting my words into practice, that you have to put the oxygen mask on yourself first before you can help others. And since I'm doing this podcast out of the goodness of my heart because I want to inspire everybody and share information and find out as much information about menopause as possible, I don't get paid for it. And actually I have to pay for all the editing and other things that come along with organising the podcast, hosting it and all that kind of stuff. But I really do want to be steady and have it ready for you every weekend. So hopefully this will be on for Easter Sunday. And I hope you're all enjoying a lovely Easter weekend with your families. So please remember, you cannot do everything all of the time. There will always be things done. No matter how hard you work, you'll get one project finished and then you'll turn around and say there's 3 or 4 more still to do. What they say, a woman's work is never done, but I think it applies to men as well. But today, this is my message to remind you. Don't burn yourselves out, pace yourselves, and learn to say no. When people ask you to do this and do that, and you have only so much energy, you have to have discernment on what is more important. And today, having a lovely time with my husband was more important. He took us out we went to a restaurant that was opened up by Syrian refugees that come to Iceland. It's the first time to eat Syrian food. It was very, very nice. And we bought things for the ceiling of the new bathroom and other kind of screws and whatnots. Oh yes, and we got a big giant mirror for the wall of our middle bathroom. We have 3 floors in our house with a bathroom on each floor. And they're doing repairs here, there and everywhere. Yes, so it can be a little bit stressful living in a building site. But as long as I remember to spend time with my husband and not just be workaholic all the time. So please, ladies, remember, there's a difference between something which is urgent and something which is important. Many times it's like, oh, I have to get this done for this time, but is it the most important thing that you need to do? Like sometimes when I was doing the grants, I had so many to do because I didn't have enough time to do them all. I had to choose, okay, which ones have the most chance of succeeding and which ones are really high up on my priority of projects that I want to do. So some of them got put by the wayside. We have to do this in all aspects of our life. Decide which is more important and breathe. Take time off. Last weekend, or it could have been the weekend after that, I can't remember. It's like the days just zip in. But there was one weekend recently and I took the whole weekend off and went to a yoga seminar. We weren't doing yoga, it was talking about the 12 archetypes of feminine nature. So over the next few months, I'm going to be talking about that. Maybe one week I'll be talking about one type of feminine archetype. It was very interesting. And when we discover what our main character is, we can improve it. Sometimes self-realization is the first step to mastery. Okay, so I want to thank you all and wish you all a happy Easter. And those that are listening later on, I hope you have a happy Easter every year. Okay, my darlings. See you next week. Take care. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Menopause Morph, your time to change. If you've enjoyed the program, be sure to subscribe to the next one and please leave a rating and review on iTunes to help us spread the message about thriving through the menopause. To get a free ebook, more menopausal resources, and to connect with Pauline, please visit www.menopausemorph.com.